Hey, what's up everybody? Anthony Sevens back again for yet another product review. Today we're going to be talking about the ToyShock virtual pinball machine. First of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Randy Schmitz, not only for selling me this lovely table, but for taking the time out of his personal life to bring it over to my house and to help me set it up. I was very humbly grateful for that. All right, so just to give you, this video might be a little lengthy, mind you. This way, I'm trying to give you as much information as humanly possible and my full opinion, because this is not just, some simple thing going on here. And I know a lot of you guys, consumers out there, or people who are interested or might be interested, want a little bit of, what's going on and so on and so forth. So anyways, when it comes to virtual pinball specifically, it's been around for about 10 plus years. And even though there's been a few different little independent companies that have made, somewhat decent to crappy virtual pinball games, two big companies stand out. There's Farsight Studios, which their application is called the Pinball Arcade, and then there's Zen Studios, which, if you're familiar with Zen Studios or Zen Pinball, they created the Pinball Effects game line series. So there's Pinball Effects, Pinball Effects 2, Pinball Effects 3, and Zen Studios had recently acquired the digital versions of Williams pinball tables as well. So, but let's go back to the Pinball Arcade and Farsight Studios. Farsight originally, before Zen got the Williams tables, the Pinball Arcade consisted of games from Gottlieb, Stern, and Williams, and basically what Farsight had done was kind of travel around the world, and they got their hands on real pinball machines, digitally scanned the real pinball machines into a computer system, and then translated the real pinball into a video game format. So is video pinball or virtual pinball perfect like real pinball? No, it's not. It never will be. Okay, so as far as expectations on playing virtual pinball, lower them down just a wee little bit. Now, I have seen and I've watched so many reviews on this particular table, and about 90% of them, have been somewhat negative. But also keep in mind, those negative reviews are coming from people who own, $1,000 customized virtual pinball machines that are life size, and they run off of PCs and computer systems and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And to those of you who are purists, to those of you who own those kind of very high-end customized machines, you have no business purchasing something like this, whether it's from ToyShock or any of the other competitive companies with the at-home pinball, because you will be disappointed to the point of you might as well just piss away $400 or $500, put the thing together and drop it out of a 5-story window. So this review here is coming from the perspective of someone who is not Mr. Moneybanks, who does not own a custom thousands of dollars virtual pinball table, and I have been playing virtual pinball for the past 10 years on my 10.5-inch iPad. This is how I've been playing pinball, virtual pinball, for the past 10 years on an iPad or an iPhone or a laptop, or even like sitting on the couch playing Xbox or something. Not usually the proper way that you want to play pinball. So something like this, have an actual machine with a plunger and buttons and a scoreboard, and you have 12 built-in games in this machine. It's really incredible and really amazing. It's really a huge step up from this monkey shit right here, So anyways, so you got back to Farsight Studios and the Pinball Arcade, and existing within that program are some of the Gottlieb's classic games, which is what we're dealing with here. ToyShock has acquired the rights to translate the 12 Gottlieb pinball machines into their system. So you've got 12 in here, classic games such as Haunted House and Centigrade and Black Hole, so on and so forth. I'll actually give you just a short video presentation in a short bit. And they formatted it you know, on a 24-inch screen, which I think is damn perfect and lovely. Again, from a 10.5-inch screen to a 24-inch screen, huge upgrade. So pleased with the visual play field. And I don't have to worry about toggling between 6 different views. It's just like poof, it comes up and you play it as you normally would play a pinball table traditionally, okay? So yeah, got the plunger, start button, select button. On each side comes with the flipper buttons, one on each side, obviously, and then also nudge buttons on each side too, because you can't rock this machine, so they have to use buttons. So again, if you know you're looking for that authentic, you know, real feel arcade pinball experience, you're not going to get that out of any virtual pinball machine in the world. Thousands of dollars or not, it will never be, you know, you're talking about a real machine made up of gears and parts and knobs and switches versus a video game version of that. It's just, it's kind of, you can't really compare. You can't compare. And for all the complaining I've heard about, you know, people doing on this machine, you have to keep in mind, these are, you know, $400 to $500 devices, okay? You can't expect the universe and this like magnanimous perfection out of a $500 purchase. It just isn't going to happen. That's the whole point of it, of being cost efficient. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these machines were never geared like, you know, I watched the commercial and I'm reading things. Never once did ToyShock or any company for that matter say, if you go to the arcade and play pinball 7 days a week, this is going to be the experience for you. You know, they're not advertising this to the diehard enthusiasts who go to pinball cons every year. This is advertised as simply being casual fun. It's compact, it's space-saving, cost-efficient, fun for the whole family, and that is exactly what you get out of this. It's exactly as advertised. Now, I've seen the commercial, and inside of the commercial, they advertise it with the 3D technology. And it's kind of like, it's not your traditional 3D where you need 3D glasses. It's more like there's 3D elements that are kind of intertwined in some of these games on this table. Now, when you explain it like that, you know, you try to put that in a commercial, it's kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying? It'd be difficult to be like, yes, a pinball table featuring kind of sort of 3D on some of the games. You know, they don't want to do that. So they just say, comes with 3D technology. And people have complained like, well, it's not really 3D. Well, you can't expect, what do you expect in Star Wars holograms to pop out of the screen? It's a video game formatted pinball machine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like playing it as you would on a TV, but just, again, in proper proportion per se. All right, so anyways, trying to think. Let's give you a close-up. Don't mind the camera shaking for just a few minutes here. Gonna kind of try to do this, so bear with me for a few moments. Okay. So, you know, you have your digital scoreboard back here, you know, for 1, 2, 3, 4 players. You got a beautiful 24-inch play field. And let me turn up the volume a little bit here and just kind of give you a little example. Let's see, I want to go to options. You know, one of the beautiful things about this too is that there's so many options. You know, whether you're someone who's been playing virtual pinball for a while or someone who's just a beginner, you can go and you can find out the goals for each table. You can look at the high scores. In another menu, you can actually, there's instruction manuals on each and every one of these 12 tables that will actually guide you step by step onto, you know, hit this and hit that for higher scores and better scores. So even if you're not a diehard pinball enthusiast and you're very unfamiliar with these tables, you know, fear not. This comes with a built-in instruction manual. So anyway, so I'm going down to my options here. And I have a volume control and a toggle HUD. Now, what a HUD is, when you usually play these games, okay, like on iPad, home version, the HUD is where the score is and where the information is, usually on a digital functioning backboard of a pinball machine. But if you turn the HUD on, you will have that information at the top of the screen, which I find to be absolutely perfect because, you know, these little bars can only hold so many numbers. And if you're racking up in the millions and billions on your pinball scores, you know, some of the score is going to disappear. So if you have the HUD on, you will see everything as is, as you need it. I like to have the HUD on. So I got the volume, which I will turn up here. It goes up to 100. And you've got 2 speakers on this machine. You have the 2 speakers, one on each side. So, you know, it's not the greatest sound in the universe, but at least, you know, it gets a decent amount of volume on there to be thoroughly enjoyable. So let's go to 70% here. Click on that. Oh, wait, go back. And then resume game. Resuming in 3, 2, 1. And see, this is what I'm saying when they advertise the 3D technology. You know, you have some of these games that have multi-level play fields on them. So you have this simulated glass with another play field underneath it. So that's kind of what they're saying. Plus, everything is kind of on a slight angle as you would normally see it on a pinball table from a player's perspective. So here we go. We're just going to give this a go. Plunger, ball goes into play, got your flippers. Definitely not playing to be impressive at this time. Come on, dude. All right, we'll let that drop in there. And now we're underneath playing the secondary play field. And it spits it back out. And, you know, the great thing is you got to go to the bathroom. You're playing an extended game, you hit the start button, you can pause it. You know, if you want, exit game. Now, call attendant is, it's kind of funny. I mean, sometimes if your ball gets stuck somewhere, if you call attendant, it'll actually reset the ball for you. So it's pretty cool. Exit game. And yes, your progress will be lost. And then you have victory, Bone Busters, lights, camera, action, class of 1812, TX sector, big shot, El Dorado, city of gold, centigrade 37, black hole, jacks open, going nuts, and then back to haunted house. Now, let's see, if I hit on this menu, just from this select screen, you've got your volume adjust. Let's try to think here. So let's just go into victory real quick. So right off the bat, if I hit the menu button, you go down here, it's got instructions. So if I hit instructions, you know, you can play all, which is the entire manual, and it will give you a virtually guided tour around each of these tables. Or if there's something specific you want to look at, you can go to chapters. Like if you wanted to see the checkpoints on this table, you would just go down to the chapter, mark checkpoints, click on that, and then it gives you instructions. It's this particular chapter is 33 pages of instructions on how to manage through the checkpoint areas. And you can just flip through and you see how it gives you this like virtually guided tour of where everything's at, what to look at on the HUD, certain lanes, you know, and I think that is absolutely brilliant. And again, you know, for someone who has no clue, you know, what they're doing, it's perfect. You know, you get, you know, a lot of young people, even older people who don't play a lot of pinball. I think everything that you need is built into this machine. Now, another complaint that I have seen too is this bezel, okay? Now, I'm not one to complain about too many things, really. This bezel, everyone has said, oh, it's a little gaudy, it's a little thick, you know, it's kind of looks stupid. You know, from positive perspective, number one, it's protecting against, you know, the screen. So normally when I play pinball, I have my hands resting right here, you know, controlling the flippers, right? So my hands are not resting on the glass. I don't need to keep a bottle of Windex and a roll of paper towels to constantly keep wiping down this screen every time I'm up here playing. So I think having this thick bezel, it's actually a brilliant, brilliant idea. And the way that I see it too is like during the summertime, I like to casually just skateboard around the neighborhood. So on my skateboard, I sticker bomb the hell out of it. Tons of stickers everywhere. So as being someone who does that, I see this big bezel and I'm thinking this is the perfect opportunity to customize the hell out of it. And I already got a couple of little sticker-like items here already, but I can build this beautiful, like, mosaic collage of stickers everywhere and really make it my own. So I think that this is fantastic. And or if you want, you can paint on it, or you can they make like border stickers to kind of visually bring it all in a little bit more, customized bezel stickers. So I mean, this thing, for all that it's worth, for being a $400, $500 machine, wherever you get it from, I think, honest to Christ, it is absolutely brilliant and lovely. Let's turn this down here. It's brilliant, it's lovely, it's awesome. And, also, too, it's like if you're one of those people that, you look at this or you're playing and you're like, oh my God, this absolutely sucks. These things can easily be modified. It's like, stop complaining and then modify it however you want, whatever is going to make you happy. There's no need to bitch and moan and complain about it. Again, for a $400 or $500 item, you can't expect the universe. It's not going to be some perfect thing like, say, a $10,000 real pinball table. There's a huge difference between a $100 tattoo and a $1,000 tattoo, okay? Just to put it to you nicely like that. Now, let me try to move the camera back here. So, when all is said and done, I think for being a $400 or $500 item, this is beautiful. Again, for the past 10 years, I've been playing on a frickin' iPad. So, I mean, it's like playing on an iPad, playing on a ToyShock or any kind of, virtual pinball cabinet. Huge step up. But if you're someone who has, thousands of dollars worth of fancy customizable pinball cabinets, you're up here and this is going to be down here. So don't even bother with it, But for the most part, if you're looking for some nice, casual, cost-efficient, space-saving pinball fun, especially if you've been, in the whole craze of the at-home pinball machines or at-home arcade machines, this is definitely something that you want to get. It literally is fun for the whole family. I've been playing for a few days now. My 16-year-old daughter loves to play. And I'm going to actually take the camera real quick and kind of pull back and show you how much space this takes up. So my basement is very small. I have a very small space for my arcade stuff. But I want you to see. So you come down the stairs, right? And then right away, you got the pinball machine there. I've got another Street Fighter arcade there. On that side of the room, I got Mortal Kombat. So, I mean, as you can see, there's Pac-Man, there's Miss Pac-Man. So in one small room, I have 2, 4, 5, arcade machines, and having, the digital pinball machine that barely takes up any space at all. Plenty of floor space and walking room still. And yes, I did. I went as far as purchasing an anti-fatigue mat. So if you're playing for extensive periods of time, this mat is actually going to take a load off of your feet and your legs. So that might be something. And then what I also did too on somebody's recommendation is I added a cup holder on the side of this machine here. So, 4 bolts and boom, you got your adjustable cup holder. You can put your beer, bottle of water, whatever, because you're not going to hurt anything. Inside of this machine, there's really not much. There's like 3 or 4 items that are maybe that big, like the size of a credit card, that everything is hooked up to, like the PCB boards and everything. So this is one of the reasons why cabinets like these are fantastically customizable. People have actually put PCs and computer systems inside of these hollow machines. So, I mean, there's so much that you can do with this to modify it and really make it your own. And again, if you're not happy with this machine, do whatever it takes to make yourself happy, you know? Get happy with it. Trying to think. Anything else? No, not really. But it's, again, beautiful machine, ToyShock. You know, and I would like to give a huge shout out to Jeff Falke, who had created this and who owns ToyShock, and his wife Linda, who takes care of the customer service and stuff like that. Their customer service, not only are you getting a really good product here, right? And it's built like a tank. You know, I could probably tip this over, nothing's going to really happen to it much. It really is solid. When you put this thing together, you take it out of the box. I mean, it comes in with the body, it comes with the backboard, it comes with the 4 legs. So all you got to do is just attach the backboard, attach the 4 legs, plug it in, and you're good to go. It's that easy. But again, on top of a great product, you know, you get fantastic customer service. So if you own one of these and you're not already a member, join the official ToyShock Pinball fan page on Facebook that was created by P-Dubs Arcade. And Jeff Falke and Linda Falke are actually on there. So if you have any issues or problems or questions about these machines or even future machines, their customer service, their communication, their caring for their fans is off the chain. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I mean, I must have bugged Linda and Jeff so many times with just, you know, a few questions here or there, and I get almost immediate responses. I get professional responses, and I get, you know, people who actually give a damn about their product. They give a damn about their customers. They give a damn about the fans. And you know, I couldn't ask for just an all-around better experience between product and company. So, you know, 2 thumbs up here. You know, ToyShock Pinball. Is it 1,000% perfect? No, it's not. But you know what? Again, with the good customer service, they listen to their fans. And when the fans do have complaints about certain things or even suggestions, a little bit of criticism on this or that, they listen, they pay attention. And with their machines to come in the future, especially with version 2, there's going to be a lot more features and a lot more cool things, you know, kind of fan requests, if you will, that they did modify, that they did upgrade on these machines. So, you know, if you're concerned about a little bit of flipper lag, you know, it's not really that big of a deal. You play for 5 minutes, you're good. If you're concerned about the backboard, you're concerned about this or that, it's not really that big of a deal as other people have made it out to be. I've been playing pinball for, you know, 40 years and virtual pinball for the past 10 years of my life. I'm a huge die-hard fan, and I really can't say anything bad about this machine at all. I mean, it's fun. You know, now, as far as the PCB, it comes with a 1.1. At this point in time, I think Jeff and Linda mentioned they have 1.2 that's out there right now that cures a lot of the flipper lag and stuff. And they have a 1.3 that's on the verge of being released too. So people who own this, you can purchase the upgraded PCB board, install it inside of the machine, and then all the little bugs and quips and quarrels that people had with it virtually get fixed up. So again, it's like there's nothing in these machines at all that can't be fixed, that can't be modified, that can't be upgraded. So it's like, you know, for, you know, $400 or $500, you can't go wrong with one of these, whether you like it or not. So anyways, that's all I got for you. You know, this is the ToyShock virtual pinball machine. I hope you had a good time. Sorry for all my ranting and raving. Until we meet again, this is Anthony 7 signing off. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.